Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be doing the deconstructed sketch. If this is your first time joining me, if you could consider hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell, and that'll let you know whenever I upload new content. Now on this sketch, there are no measurements, so we're going to wing it, okay? So we're still using the Pink and Main paper collection, but I wanted to show this stamp set from Close to My Heart, and we're going to be using the Whisk Cook and the Sentiment because it's just really cute. All right, so here are the papers that we've cut out, and I basically took the size of my paper, which is usually 4 by 5 1/4, and I just cut it where I wanted the sections to be. So the polka dot paper is one side, and then that sort of like I don't know, like a weave pattern is the back side. See? So by using the one paper, you're actually getting two uses. That's one of my favorite things about the double-sided papers. I will say that. Now, what I did here is I made sure there was enough of an edge on the yellow to attach our polka dotted paper, okay? And I was doing that because I still want my total going across to fit our mat, okay? Now, I haven't used these in a minute, but when I saw this sketch, I was like, yeah, let's pull on out those peel-offs that we haven't used in a minute and go ahead and get this done. Now, on this one, on the image, it looks like it's like two of them, two stripes. Well, I decided to use 3 because I want to get a thinner, the super thin one, which I don't usually use, and go right in the middle. And my suggestion, if you have the pinstripes or any of the peel-offs from Love from Lizzie, is to make sure you have a little bit over on the end so you can tuck it, and then the same thing on the opposite side, so that way it'll be nice and tight. Like I don't know, I always like to tuck mine because I think it makes it more secure. And it's just my own personal preference. If you don't mind having it go from end to end and just cutting it, you do you, okay? But I like having it where I can tuck it under. All right, and then we're going to place those to the side, and we're going to get this put on top of our matte paper. Now, our matte paper is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I always use my tape runner, trying to make sure that little piece there stays, and I always grab the wet glue as well. Very rarely will you see me only use the tape, and that's because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room with the glue. So if I put it down and it's crooked, I can pull it right back up and it'll be okay. All right. So now that's all attached. Now my scallops obviously aren't as big as the one in the photo, and that's okay. Use what you have, okay? I don't have that exact one. I like this particular scallop. It's a little bit lacier in a way, and that worked for me, okay? My image is a little bit bigger because I wanted to put my sentiment right underneath the image that we stamped. And you can color this in if you wanted to. Sometimes I don't want to color them in. Sometimes I just want the stamp itself. I don't think there's any wrong way. So if you're someone who doesn't color, I would say still get the stamps. If you like them, you like them. You don't have to color them. So we're going to go ahead and get this placed on our card front. And like I said, it's taking up more space. So on one of my cards, I didn't put that little kind of banner that's sticking at the bottom. So on this one, I was like, you know what, for you guys, I'm going to show you what it would look like. Because even though it's a little bit bigger, we could still get it worked out. Okay, so that's what I'm getting ready to do. So I took a scrap piece And I cut it small enough that I could just do a quick little banner on the bottom. And I always cut in the middle and then from each end up to the middle point to get our little banner image. And then we're going to attach that so that way it's peeking out right there at the bottom. So let's add our tape. And before I add the glue, I'm going to attach the banner and then flip it back over, put more tape on the banner part, and then add my glue. And you can use foam tape on this if you wanted to give it a little bit of dimension. You know, it's all personal preference and how you want to set up your card. I don't mind it going flat, so that's why I just put it straight down. All right. And then this is the card base. And I thought I had already scored it. I guess I didn't. So what I did is I took my 8.5 by 11. I cut it at 4 1/4 so that way we can score this at 5.5. And we get a top folding card. And I like using the Teflon on colored cardstock because it doesn't give you any shiny part. I don't know if you guys have... because I have two. I have my pink bone folder, which gets in the groove and gives me a nice crease. And then I have the Teflon one, which I like because I can press down and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't create any marks on the dark color papers. And then we're just going to line it up. And boom, there's your card. Now you can leave that here. You could add sequins. You can add gems if you want it. And it's a perfectly cute card. It really is. Well, I wanted to use Nuvo drops because I always love using Nuvo drops. But I didn't want to go with brown. There's a lot of blue. The brown is only on the base. So I was like, you know what? Let's find a color. So I picked up gold. I was like, I'm not feeling that. And I was like, you know what? Well, let me show you guys what I store my Nuvos in. So I'm going to grab it real quick. I got one of those, what is it? Like the clear storage containers. I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It's like tiered, right? I think they use it sometimes for like nail polishes and stuff like that. But this is what I keep them in, and I'm almost growing out of them. And I always keep my white and my black on my desk because those are what I grab the most. And then the other colors I just put in here. So I can find a color that I think goes with it. The dark blue, I really wasn't feeling. It wasn't the right blue. The glitter one, it was all right, but it was still too much of a dark blue. And then I was like, well, what about this baby blue? And, you know, because I don't need it to necessarily stand out like majorly, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be a sharp contrast. I just needed a little bit of something. So that's what we grabbed. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back, and now we're gonna do our drops. Now this one I haven't used in a while, so I'm grabbing just something, a piece of paper, Post-it. I just need to make sure there's no air pocket, and it was kind of stuck. And then you're gonna see this. I squeeze hard, and then it's going to explode. Right? Did I do it yet? I know it's coming. You guys, when it happened, I was like, I can't believe it. Because I'm trying to clear it out. I'm being good. I'm trying to make sure. I even go here. I'm like, okay, no, it's still not coming out. So I squeeze, and there it goes. Do you see it? It is all over the place. I'm like, okay. Okay, so we got that cleaned up. And now we're going to do the last one. It was a little hard to squeeze it out. I tried to get whatever was blocking it out of the center. Yeah. It happens. Check your stuff. I did the right thing by trying to, work on it on a separate piece. But yeah. Just be careful, everybody. But that's our final project. I think it turned out really good. I like that the blue is subtle. You can still see it. And, the Nuvo drops, I just think they give it a little something something. I love using them. And as you use them more and more and more, it does get easier. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining me today. Here are close-ups of the final projects. Definitely, if you haven't already, which it is free, hit that subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so that way you get notified whenever our new videos pop up. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a good one.